okay? Um, I test it. I test it with my fingernails right here, just like this. I take my fingernail, I put it right on here, little spot. I run it along here, and I can see little filings from the backs of my fingernails. That tells me that it's sharp enough to take off fingernails. It should be sharp enough in the ice. This type of ski, I sharpened it all the way from tip to this tail. Not like the old days where you just did this little spot in here. Now we're using the whole thing. So do all of that. If it's rusted up in here, I go get one of my finer files. It's brown because it wants to be. All right, and I just do this little spot up in here, but I don't want to. This part here, I don't use it to get into the ice. I just use it to so I don't go up on my neighbor's skis and scratch them all up and so like that. So I take the edge off. That's about it. This iron. Buy these anywhere. Pick them up in people's garbage. Take them from your friends. Everybody's getting rid of this because the new ones are all nice. This is the one you want though, not Teflon. I don't know, Teflon coated maybe, whatever. I go down and I buy wax, and I buy a lot of it, you know. And I buy this one here is a really hard wax. It's just a glide wax. This stuff's even made for cross-country skis, but it's what I use. The edges, and I go all along here like this, and come right back down the other edge. And I put that on, and I put it on usually about 5. Whatever melts this wax. And I'm going to take it and put it on here, like so. I don't know if you can see that melting down or not. It was a little hot. I iron it in, and while it's still soft, all this stuff, it's still warm, still soft. I put my iron down. I grab hold of one of these little peppers. I'm going to scrape this off while it's soft. Now my idea was that, check this out. See this little stuff in here? That's the dirt that was in there. So actually what it's doing is it's heating up and it draws that dirt up to the top. So I'm scraping that off while it's still soft. And while it's still soft, let me go back here and finish this up. This stuff, once it gets hard, boy, it comes off really hard. So, you know, cleaned it up. I'll go right back on it. This ski is still warm, so it's still going to go down into it. I never put it on a, you know, I take them out of the trunk and they're ice cold, and then use this iron on it, because it just kind of blisters this top. Now, I'm going to take this, put more wax on it again, right down along this edge. And I iron it in. Now I think the new theory is to make one long pass like this. I haven't perfected that yet. I'm still doing this little here, so I'm probably wrong, but I'm getting the job done. One of the things I do not do on top of these, on top of your screws in here, if I get that too hot, they blister up. All right, so I don't want to spend too hard on here. And right along the edges, they're also metal, and that metal accepts the heat a lot more and kind of raises them up a little bit. So I stay away from that, but just keep moving, keep it wet. And that spread, that wax that I put on there now, has spread all the way to the middle in here, so that this whole thing is covered in wax. Wacky out here, so let's do, I go till it's all covered, and then I'll start to scrape it off. Oh, I wait first, you know? I wait for this stuff to cool off a little bit. Schussmeisters water. It's good stuff. Now I'll take my scraper. I'm going to now come in. I'm going to scrape all this off. I make sure that all those little wet spots, make sure that that's gone. And even the amount of time that I put on there, it looks like I have it's a little bit more wet right here because those screws are there. So